Hey, how's it going? I'm Wyatt. I'm the coffee educator for LAMILL Coffee Roasters in Los Angeles. And I'm here at SCA Portland, and I'm doing some brews on the Hario Mugen today. And I'm going to be sharing with you our Hario 8-ounce Mugen recipe. So the coffee we're using today is Las Palmeras. It is a Honduras anaerobic natural coffee. Super fruity, super funky. It's really, really good. So most people don't really know what this guy is. It looks a lot like a V60. It's got the same conical dripper shape. But side by side, you notice a very clear difference in terms of the ridges on the inside. The Mugen takes a whole different approach and intentionally seals, so there's way less bypass in your pour. So the filter is going to perfectly seal to the side, and what that's going to cause is a very, very slow drawdown intentionally. So we designed our pour to be very similar to a French press kind of ratio, because the water is going to be moving so slow through that bed of coffee. It's kind of almost like an immersion. It's just slowly going through there. And in terms of grind size for this coffee, just slightly coarser than you would for a normal V60 brew. You don't have to go French press coarse, but somewhere in the middle between a V60 and a French press would do excellent. I'm using 16.5 grams of coffee, and our end brew weight is going to be 225 grams. Pre-rinse our filter, just like you would on a normal V60. I'm using the plastic Mugen intentionally to retain a lot more heat, so I don't have to use as much hot water to get this thing nice and toasty for a good brew. Let's get our coffee in there. You need coffee to brew coffee. And what I'm gonna do for the inside here is give it a nice little pat, make that bed nice and even. And I'm gonna make a small divot with my finger, just so when we start that initial pour, we get some water underneath that top layer of the coffee, so we get everything saturated. So what's interesting about this recipe? Well, it's a single pour. So we're not gonna have a strict bloom cycle or a bloom phase in our brew. It's just gonna be one nice slow pour all the way to our desired brew weight. So here we go, we got our brewed water, and I'm gonna start my timer, and I'm gonna start my pour right in the middle, and then slowly start doing some concentric circles. Starting from the inside, going all the way to the outside and back to the middle. It's very hypnotic, very relaxing. And our goal is to hit our desired brew weight right at 40 seconds. All right on the money, 225 at 40 seconds. And then the next step is you just wait. And that's my favorite part of this dripper, is because of how simple this pour is. So if you're very new to manual pours and you want to get into filter coffee, this is a really awesome and accessible brewer, especially if you come from a background of loving French press, loving really full body coffee. You get a very similar effect, but you also get way less cleanup because the paper filter you just toss and you're done. That paper filter also catches a lot of oils that come in the coffee, so you get a little bit more flavor clarity, and that's a win-win for me. For our anaerobic naturals, these coffees tend to draw down incredibly quick. If I use something different, like one of our Guatemalan washed coffees or something like that, it may take a little bit longer, but I'm looking for anywhere between that 2-minute and 3-minute mark. Obviously, taste is king, so adjust your grind size accordingly so you don't over or under extract your coffee. So we just finished around 1 minute 50 seconds. So as you can see, it's a lot faster, but I've done this enough times to know it will taste good. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see how I did. Smells excellent. Smells very fruity, very floral. Still way too hot to just drink straight up. Ooh, that's really good. If you're from the States, if you've ever had those caramel green apple lollipops, that's one of the first things that come into my brain every time I drink this coffee. Super fruity, funky, that sweet artificial candy kind of taste in the best way possible. If you like those really strong fruit bomb, funky coffees, I think the Hario Mugen is a very excellent way to brew to accentuate those flavors. So I hope you learned something. Go ahead and try out this recipe on your own with any coffee that you have. And so on, man. Smile for the camera. You're good. Want some coffee? Oh yeah. See, it's that good. It's that good. How's it going, man?
I'm good, yeah.
Awesome.
Last day, so
yeah.
we can't go over, so
Thanks for watching.